A year before the Roaring '20s, the 18th Amendment was passed. It made the
manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within the importation thereof into or the exportation thereof from the United States and all territories subject to the jurisdiction thereof for beverage purposes is hereby prohibited.
Thus, the influx and popularity of alcohol skyrocketed, and hidden bars and closed-door deals came into the field. Hidden bars, or speakeasies, had special passwords to keep the feds out. They would transport alcohol and pay cops to look the other way. This was known as the art of bootlegging.
Bootlegging is the production, distribution, and sale of illegal alcohol. In the 1920s, bootlegging became a profitable business due to prohibition. The reason it was so profitable was because the cost to make 10 gallons was approximately 10 cents, with a profit of $8, a great gain for a low price. Gangs began to incorporate bootlegging into their business, which led to an increase in violence over territory. One such encounter was the infamous Valentine's Day Massacre.
The Valentine's Day Massacre was one of the largest gang-related killings in history. It is thought to have been an order from Al Capone to assassinate George Bugs Moran, the leader of Capone's rival gang, the Irish Mob.
I'm getting tired of Moran messing with my business.
But what do you want to do about it, boss?
I want you to make a call.
About what?
I want you to tell Moran I have a shipment at a discount. I've got a surprise for him.
I like where this is going.
An anonymous call was made to Moran about a truckload of whiskey that was to arrive from Detroit that Moran could have for a bargain. The call was made on the 13th of February, and the order was carried out the next day on St. Valentine's Day. Capone's crew arrived at the garage where Moran's gang stored their whiskey and got out of the car disguised as police. The supposed police lined up 5 members of Moran's gang and 2 civilians and shot them down with machine guns. When the real cops arrived, the one victim left alive was asked who shot him, and he responded with,
"Everyone shot me."
He passed away. Moran was not killed in the attempted assassination, and no one was ever accused of the crime. Another famous criminal back then was a man named John Dillinger. He was raised in a very disciplined home after his mother died when he was 4. His dad raised him and his older sister single-handedly. In junior high, he bullied the smaller kids, and when he hit high school, he dropped out and went to work at a machine shop. His dad got concerned that the city was corrupting Dillinger, so they moved from Indianapolis to the rural area of Mooresville. In reality, his attitude didn't change, and he committed his first crime of vehicle theft. Instead of sending him to jail, they enlisted him in the Navy. He was dishonorably discharged soon after because he went AWOL from the USS Utah. He went back home to Mooresville and got married. They moved back to Indianapolis so that he could find a job, but with no luck. He joined Ed Singleton to get easy money. They went on to rob a grocery store, only gaining $50 and 8.5 years in jail. He became a very depressed man after his sentence and desired to become a real criminal. He learned how to be a real criminal from bank robbers. From them, he learned how to plan out precise bank robberies. Using this information, Dillinger robbed several of these banks to get enough money to break out his new friends. While the plan was in motion, Dillinger was arrested. His friends, newly freed, killed the sheriff and freed Dillinger. And after freeing Dillinger, the group went on to Chicago and made one of the most organized and deadly bank robbing gangs in the country.
The most aggressive racial hatred also happened in the 1920s. The KKK was revived and grew immensely. It originated in the 1860s after the Civil War came to an end. It started during the Reconstruction era with a group of men. These men wanted to start a small club just to pull practical jokes on one another with funny costumes and an outrageous, yet catchy name. Thus, the Ku Klux Klan was born. It gradually grew into a white supremacist group with a hatred to Negroes and Yankees. It died off until 1915 when businessman William J. Simmons decided to revive the Klan in search of profit. With the release of the popular movie The Birth of a Nation, which sympathized the Klan, he took the opportunity for cash. He charged $5 for people to join, and the Klan reached a remarkable number of 5 million members in 1925, with many more people supporting them all over the U.S. They committed many acts of racial hatred. They burned crosses in front of black houses, lynched, tarred, and straight up murdered blacks. This didn't end until the early 1930s, when the Great Depression struck.
At my door the leaves are falling. A cold wild wind will come.
Tell me when.
Go whenever.
Somebody needs to check on that kid when we're done here. Alright, when do I go?
So how's it going? You can do it, Eli. I believe in you. I'm so glad I got this on video.